This is Test Chamber, and we are playing The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds on 3DS. I'm Andrew Reiner, and I have a very excited Dan Ryckert next to me.
I am very excited. I can finally talk about this game.
And Kyle's butt sitting right next to him.
Literally, I am here, and my butt.
Well, Kyle's there.
We're going to play as a Link.
Some people know him as Kyle Hilliard. And we're taking a look at a game that is probably going to be the best game released on... Well, there's a chance other games could beat it, but one of the best games released on November 22nd. It's a front runner. Dan, you gave this a 10 out of 10.
It is my first 10 I've given. I thought about it for a long time, and I couldn't think of a single thing I would change about this game. It is exactly the Zelda game that Zelda fans want.
So it's harking back to Link to the Past.
Absolutely.
What else makes it the perfect Zelda formula?
Well, it actually kind of shakes up the formula, which is something that, people have complained about in the Zelda series, and kind of rightfully so. It's kind of followed that big key, item, map, dungeon, format that it's had for years and years and years. But Kyle, actually, if you want to run up to Link's house, I will show one of the main changes here, and it's in the way you get items. So, it was always in dungeons before, whereas this time, so this is your house. If you've played Link to the Past, you'll recognize this. But early in the game, this rabbit dude named Ravio comes in and takes over your house and just sets up a shop.
Rabbit Drums?
Yeah, DJ Rabbit Drums takes over your house. And he's like, well, you're never here, so I'm just going to set up a shop. So you can rent items from him. And so basically from the beginning, you can rent...
this is your house.
Yeah, I know, but it's now a shop.
Get him out of there!
So look, he can rent it, or he can buy it. You can't buy it until later in the game. At the beginning, you can rent every item for rupees. So you can just walk in if you're loaded and be like, I want the hook shot, I want the fire rod, I want the ice rod, give me the bow, give me the boomerang. And
so
you
there's
can rent
a pawn
everything.
shop in your house. That's how it shakes up the formula.
Yes. And that way, you can get all the items right away, and if you die, he takes them all back. So basically, you really... Oh, look at that.
What?
That looks familiar.
While we're in here, I felt I should do that.
Look at that.
What was that?
That's just a little nod to possibly another Zelda game. That's, no one knows for sure if they're doing anything with that, but I think
we'll do that again.
It's not going to do anything. Why don't you buy it? You should buy the fire rod.
I did.
Oh, you didn't rent it? You're loaded, man.
I had a lot of money. I've been saving up for this test chamber, so I actually bought... That was the last item that I could purchase, so now I own all the items.
You have the sand rod, too?
No, I don't. That's part of that's locked off to me due to narrative.
You don't have all the items, then?
Yeah, that was a lie. I apologize.
Well, watch this. Shoot your bow and arrow. So, if he gets a little farther away, you can see it's upgraded. So if you want to head to the place where you can do that, this is another system that I like a lot in this game. You can actually upgrade your items by finding these octopus babies. There's 100 of them all over the world, and for every 10 you get...
Sacrifice of 10 babies to upgrade arrows?
Yeah.
Yes. No, you don't. You rescue babies. You bring them to their octopus mother.
That's kind of lame.
Also, you know what is awesome here? Because in every Zelda game, you're always scrounging for bombs and arrows. So before you go in, Kyle, shoot a couple arrows. See that meter there? That goes down. Mm-hmm. That's all your items. So it regenerates. You don't have to get magic or anything.
There's just internal body juice that's doing it.
That's Link's power juice. But yeah, bombs, the fire rod. So in Link to the Past, I never used the fire rod because it was it's going to take down my magic meter and I'm going to have to refill it. But now you can experiment with all this stuff all you want.
Water crows.
And not worry about running out. It's just the best thing. Kill that guy.
He's having some problems.
You can see
I got him.
Kyle's a little, he's a little leveled up here as Link.
Let's go to the basics here. What are the controls like?
Well, actually, let's go into that octopus place first. I mean, the controls are exactly like Link to the Past, pretty much.
Okay, well,
so
explain.
Press a button to swing your sword, press a button. You can map things to your buttons there. You see he's got the hammer and the fire rod. But, look, he's rescuing these octopus. Whoa. Octopi.
My.
So he gets to pick what he wants to upgrade. I like the upgrade.
Can you upgrade ones that you've rented?
Fire rod? We'll do a fire rod.
I think you have to own it.
Okay.
You do have to own it.
Yeah. It can't be a rental. If you are renting an item, it will have stupid bunny ears on it until you buy it.
On the actual... That sounds awesome. That's a better version.
Purple bunny ears. So look at that sweet fire rod now. It's leveled up. Now go outside and let's use that. And it's pretty sweet.
Well, let's see. So you get power-ups for every 10 that you save, and I actually came in here with 20.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to get another power-up real quick. I think I'm going to go for the... I'm going to try the hook shot.
Why are you sitting on the octopus baby so long?
So I could bring them all into the test chamber, man.
Let's see. You can do hook shot, hammer. I never upgraded the hammer.
I want to do the tornado rod.
Okay.
Because I want to see this has got to be... Yeah, actually, it's worth knowing that it is a little spoilery, because even Link is wearing a weird tunic and his sword is red.
Yeah,
we won't tell you how that comes about, but
If you ever played a Zelda game, you're going to get a different tunic. Whoa, I haven't gotten that yet. You should go out and try that.
Yeah,
see what it does. It's all twisty now. So yeah, I'm on my second playthrough right now, and I'm going to try to get all 100 of these octopus babies and level up everything.
You should talk about how easy it is to find the octopus babies, which is nice.
Yeah, so when you walk around, you'll hear these little squeaks, and so you'll know they're
It's
around.
them yelping like, help me.
Yep, so they'll be stuck in walls, or they'll be buried in sand or whatever. Oh, that looks pretty good.
That's nice.
That looks solid. Oh yeah, the upgraded ice rod is awesome too. So yeah, actually, let's go into Low Rule.
Wow.
Right now we're in Hyrule, which is, it looks familiar.
The normal world, the light
Yes.
world, right?
Yep, and so there's tons of these little portals or these little slits in walls that you can travel between worlds here. So Kyle, there's actually one right there in front of your house if you want to run over there.
Yep.
It's got the Pegasus boots.
You should go in there and look at a mask.
So watch, he can go into the wall, and this is actually really cool for a lot of puzzles.
What does that have to do with the 2D thing? What is that about?
The
Is that part of the story?
the bad guy in this turns people into paintings.
Okay.
And so that's what you're doing here in Low Rule, which is the dark world basically, and also the overworld here is awesome. But yeah, he's trapped a bunch of sages in paintings, and you're going around and freeing them. And Zelda is trapped in a painting, and he tried to do it to Link, but Link has a magic bracelet given to him by the Rabbit Man that gets him out of walls. So
The rabbit man.
that old song and dance, yes. But no, the puzzles with the wall stuff are awesome, and they're all the way through the game. I mean, they're very, very clever, very well done.
Well, they've always had great dungeons and great puzzles.
Yeah, but this
Sometimes
one,
they get repetitive, but Link to the Past, fantastic. How do these, in this kind of 2D space, and, the DS games as well, how do they kind of innovate in the puzzle space this time?
Well, I mean, I think the 2D thing helps a lot because, your brain is so used to playing Zelda games a certain way, especially these top-down ones. So, I would encounter these gaps, and I'd be like, how the hell do I get across there? I don't have a hook shot, or there's nothing to attach my hook shot to. And then you remember, oh, yeah, I can go into a wall. And so you have to just look at things differently than you've ever really looked at them in a Zelda game. Oh, the blacksmith wants to talk to you. Oh, can you upgrade your sword?
I did once already. This is actually new. I'm not sure what's happening.
Yep,
So
let's
go
figure
talk
it out.
to him. Everyone in Low Rule is really mean, too. which
Yeah,
is
Low
kinda
Rule's
funny.
a salty place. All right. He's a little cocky. Oh,
Let's see what's going to happen here.
Oh man, emergent gameplay. Are we gonna witness a sword upgrade here?
I don't know.
What's happening?
I don't know. Let's listen to the blacksmith.
What you got for me, man?
Oh, he needs some master ore. Okay, so yeah, there's this master ore stuff that you can find in Low Rule, and if you get a couple of those, he'll upgrade your sword.
All right.
It sounds like a lot of grinding and finding stuff. That's cool.
It's exploring, and it's a lot of exploration, a lot of just fun adventure stuff, and you can go to any of these dungeons in any order you want to. So you can see there's 3 left on Kyle's game. So if he wants to, he can go a little north here and head right into a dungeon, or he can go down to the desert one, or go up to the ice one on Death Mountain there. There's just a lot of freedom in this game. You idiot!
I walked into my own flame.
So critical.
So this is the Thieves' Hideout. I think if you remember, it's the 4th dungeon in A Link to the Past. But all of these dungeons, even though the overworld is generally the same as Link to the Past, all of these dungeons are totally, totally new. I mean, thematically, they might be similar. Get that monster guts or whatever. There you go.
Monster Guts.
Oh man, you can take it to the witch and she'll make potions and stuff. I never ever used them. I just put fairies in bottles. Do you have all 4 bottles, Kyle?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Got some milk.
Oh, some long milk. All right.
Got some bomb here.
So, I mean, it is not afraid to shake up the formula with stuff like the items. But, I mean, this is a Zelda game for Zelda fans at its heart. I mean, this isn't like a hand-holdy game. This isn't like the Skyward Sword stuff where it's like every time you get a rupee, it's like, hey, did you know this is 5 rupees? You can use this to buy stuff. No, this is kind of almost assuming that you've played a bunch of Zelda before, because it's kind of hard. Kyle, are you feeling that too?
Yeah, I've definitely, especially with the bosses, my hearts get really low.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what's cool too is there were times where I would face a boss and it would just kick my ass, and I'd be like, I don't think I'm ready for this guy yet, and so I could leave and go to other dungeons and then get more hearts and get more powerful, maybe get a couple new items or something, and then go back to the boss and beat him, which is I've never done that in a Zelda game before. So much less linear than games in the past.
And there's a nod to Majora's Mask. Anything of a 2D Metroid? Just completely get people's hopes up?
If there's any Metroid references in this game, they escape me, because...
That's what they need to do next. That's what I'm saying.
I think everyone would be real happy about that. I think they're going to be very happy about this because I think Link to the Past is widely considered one of the best games ever. Certainly one of the best Zelda games.
So what do you think about Nintendo releasing it on November 22nd? Obviously, it's the next week is a big shopping day.
Well,
People that are maybe shopping 3DS stuff might not be there for Xbox One or PlayStation 4.
Well, I think most people on the 22nd are going to be looking for Mario Party Island Tour. But, if maybe there's some deals or something and they can get Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds and Mario and Xbox as well.
But, I mean, this game got a 10, but I fear that the communication in the industry and gamers is all going to be about these new consoles hitting.
Well, I know I'm not going to shut up about this game, so that's covered on my end. Because
we've been dealing with it for like 3 weeks now.
I have not shut up about this, and I'm so glad that some people in the office are playing it now. And
I like that mechanic, by the way, the painting, like hugging the walls.
It's
That's
awesome.
super cool.
And I feel so I'm so glad that people are playing it and loving it. Like Kyle seems to be liking it a lot, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Like when I first started playing it, I did the first dungeon, and you go rent the bow and arrow. And I told Dan, I was like, Dan, I don't know. I didn't like not getting the reward of getting an bow and arrow in the first dungeon. I just felt like I missed out on something. But I got over that really fast because the ability to get all the items like really quickly just opens up the game immediately, which is nice, especially for someone who's played, pretty much every Zelda game,
So that means you can kind of go anywhere then.
Yeah, and it's like, in other Zelda games, like in Link to the Past, like you'd see a heart piece and be like, well, I guess I'll probably get something 5 hours later and then I might be able to get to it. And now it's like, well, I've got all the tools at my disposal. I just need to figure out how to get to that.
So it's more about ingenious puzzles than just
waiting for the right thing.
roadblocks that you need a certain key to get.
Exactly, yeah. It's just so open and so refreshing. And yeah, we've got several people in the office playing it now, and it seems pretty unanimous that people are loving this. And I can't wait till it's out and I can talk to people on Twitter about it because I really think Zelda fans are going to be blown away by this game.
And how many dungeons? It's typical?
It's just like Link to the Past. There's 3, I guess, kind of 4 in the Light World or Hyrule, and there's about 7 in the Dark World / Low Rule, with like a big final thing as well. So.
And does it do anything interesting with the touchscreen other than your items and stuff like that?
Handy little things like you can drop pins on the map anywhere you want. So let's say you
could write on the map in the previous ones, right?
In like Twilight, not Twilight Princess, Phantom Hourglass, you could do that. I think you could in Spirit Tracks as well.
Too, yeah.
But yeah, in this one you can drop pins and you can color code them. So like if I would see a heart piece but not know how to get to it, I would drop a red pin there. If there's like a bomb wall I needed to get to, I'd drop a blue pin. If there's a treasure chest I couldn't figure out, I'd put a yellow pin there. And so that's pretty handy. And just the item, like kind of quick select stuff is super handy down there. Having the map there is great. Also, you don't get a map in dungeons anymore. It's just always open from the beginning. So, you do get the compass still, but you don't have to get a map.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So the best Zelda in a while, you're saying?
Oh, absolutely.
For you, I'm going to guess since Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. I'm going to say I think the 3 best, in no particular order, because I don't want to say anything. This is so new, I don't want to place it, but I think it's fair to say that top 3, I think it's Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and this. I love Majora, I love Wind Waker, I love most of the entire series, but...
I always go back and forth on them.
Yeah,
There's just things I love about certain ones, and different days I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Remembering certain sequences and whatnot.
I said in the review, there's not a single thing I would change about this game. I loved it from beginning to end. There wasn't there's even like a water temple where you have to change the water levels and everything, and it wasn't that bad. Like, Kyle, have you done that one yet? It looks like you have.
Yeah, I have done
It's
that one,
fine.
Yeah.
It's not like, people hate the Ocarina one. This one's great.
Because it limits the amount of swimming you have to do, which is always frustrating.
Yeah, you don't have to do it in a 3D space. Oh, wait, look down. Down. Is there an octopus?
Oh, I do
Save
hear
that
it.
guy.
Okay, here we go.
Get that out of there.
This is one of those octopus dudes.
Yeah, get him. It's so much fun getting these guys.
What is he? What's his name?
Maya-Mice.
My mice.
Yeah, and then you gotta take them to Mother Maya-Mai.
Why are they in this dry land? They should be near an ocean.
I know, that's why we're saving them and bringing them to their mother.
What happened here?
Gotta play to find out, man.
You should invade that lady's house and she'll kiss you.
Oh, yeah, let's see. I think
To
it's
the
there.
left.
Let's end with that.
Okay.
Let's end with a nice smoochy smooch.
She has her door locked from the outside, but if you sneak in through her closet, she kisses you, which is super
I like his
weird.
little dance.
There you go. Just pop out of her
Whoa,
closet.
hey!
Creeper!
Yeah, she loves it when people invade her house.
Aww.
Oh, there we go.
She's a sweetheart.
This game is crazy. It looks awesome.
It's so good. And another quick thing to touch on, there's also a Street Pass thing that me and Kyle and Ben Hansen have kind of been messing around with. If you go up, Kyle, actually, we can show where that is. So this field here, if you Street Pass someone, little signs will pop up, and they'll be like, a Shadow Link is in your world. He's waiting for you in front of your house or in front of the sanctuary. And so, like, if it's me that Street Passed with him, it's my guy with the hearts I have with like an item loadout that I've selected. And so he has to fight basically like an AI-controlled version of my guy I've set up. But it's like Shadow Link from Zelda 2. So yeah, kind of a fun little Street Pass thing.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
What?
Fast
He's gonna
travel.
play Quidditch?
Fast travel opens
okay.
up super quick. You just press that little bell on the bottom screen, and the Switch flies you around super quick. Oh, Kyle, wait for a second. Look up. Go up a little bit. Up
Dan,
more.
you're losing your mind.
Sorry, I
here.
love this game. So here's an example of what I was talking about. That gap there. Go to the right. Stop. Okay, right there. So I was looking at this because I needed to go up there to get the flippers, and I was just staring at that, and I was like, what the hell? I don't have any way of getting across there. And there was a Zora right there, like, oh man, if only I had some special ability. And I was like, yeah, I guess I don't have that yet. Kyle, show him how you get over there. Oh yeah, I forgot I can totally go into walls. Like,
You idiot!
yeah, I know.
It's the whole game!
I know. I totally forgot about it because I hadn't thought that way. in
You're
Zelda games
thinking
before.
old school Zelda.
Yeah, yeah.
It's also worth noting that they have a lot more voice samples for Link. Mm-hmm. So like he has like 5 or 6 different ways that he tugs on rocks.
Oh, dude, turn it up, and there's that one where it goes like, it's great.
Yeah. Well, how do you do? What are you talking about? Which one's that?
Like if you keep just pulling on the rock, he'll do one sometimes.
Oh yeah, that one popped up.
Oh, okay.
If I can find I think we want to shut this down, but if I can find a
Kyle.
cliff, his new shout when he falls down a cliff is really fantastic. But if I can't find one, then you'll just have to. That'll be one of the things you can
You
look
have the
forward to
time for
anytime.
one more question here, Dan. Since this is kind of linked together with Link to the Past, should people play that one first to kind of get a knowledge of this, or is it just
There
fine
is
standalone?
really, I mean, no more than any other Zelda game being connected to any other one. I mean, it's...
But it is the same, like you said, the same overworld. Is there like things
there's
you'll
a-
see and be like, oh, that's cool
Yes.
what they did with that?
There are little nods and stuff. Oh, get that Mai.
I'm not sure how to get him.
Oh,
Actually.
Whoa.
how do you get him?
That'd be a big to do. I think. Probably have to travel through those caves.
What?
There are little nods and stuff, and they kind of play with your expectations. Actually, that dungeon Kyle was just in briefly had a kind of fun surprise for me. Because you'll see something and be like, oh yeah, I remember this from Link to the Past. I know what happens here. And then they'll kind of mess with you. So like,
they should then, to a degree.
I mean, you'll notice some nods and stuff if you played
That's
Link
cool,
to the
though.
Past. For sure, yeah. Like, but I mean, you can play it without having played any Zelda game, and I think
Gotcha.
it's an awesome, awesome Zelda game.
All right, well, that's going to end it. Kyle, unfortunately, we're not going to hear that,
Couldn't find
death
a clip.
throw or whatever you're trying to kill Link or something. But the game is out November 22nd, and there's a lot of great stuff coming out that day. Xbox One, Super Mario 3D World, and Tearaway from Media Molecule on
And
Vita.
Mario Party Island Tour.
And Mario Party Island Tour, new one on 3DS only, right?
Yeah, don't get it.
So that's going to conclude our episode, everyone. We'll see you next time.